Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Real Queen of Fertility 33. I'm here with some more articles. We're talking about Jam Master Jay. He is a rapper, an artist, a musician, part of the group Run DMC with his brother and sister. I'm his sister. Hey. So this is titled Hustlers, Grifters, and Greed. How Jam Master Jay met his tragic end. Now, his body is still in his furniture store down here in my area. It's called the Freeman Store. And his body's still there. They did break in, they did shot him and kill him. They did rob him, okay? But when we was investigating his area, we found a lot of boys in his shop dead, okay? And so basically what and Smoothie and Willie did it, okay? They were the killers, but they also really represent really on when they say robbery, that means really robbed him for his shop, Freeman Store. And Smoothie robbed him for DJ School shop. Okay, so basically they take the little boys to DJ School shop to get raped, and then after they kill them, they throw them in Jam Master J building. Before I begin on the story, he want me to break down Jam Master J. Okay. So Jam could be Smoothie, Master could be Willie, and J could be Jordan Mills. Okay. So this is what Jam means. You are in a street but sticky situation because you spread yourself too thin. Now you're stuck. Jam also represents previous memories preserved in the photo album of your mind that gets sweeter with time. Okay. See? It will street to them. Master means a master of spirituality is someone who has a degree that prepares them for a variety of professional roles in spirituality. These roles include working in a faith, practicing spiritual counseling, or working in a non-religious field such as education, social work, mental health, or non-profit leadership. It also means a divine human being who has taken the fifth initiation and is thereby capable of dwelling in a fifth dimension. Okay, that's what we're trying to get to. And the name J stands for to rejoice, a nosy, bright colored bird, an idle chatterer, a showy person or a simpleton, a blue-crested bird, short version of the Hebrew name James, meaning heel of the foot or supplanter. Short version of the Hebrew name Jason meaning healer. So it really means to rejoice. See, in Western culture, J is derived from Latin, meaning to rejoice. J can also mean a nosy, bright color bird. Okay, in the United States, the name experienced its first surge in popularity due to John Jay, one of the founding fathers of the United States, which is Jordan Mills. He is John Jay. I'm gonna do an article on him this time. Okay, these are the individuals that killed him. Looks just like Smoothie and Willie. So let's begin with the story. He was a DJ. The DJ found for fame and fortune with the trailblazing rap group Run DMC, but his close ties as unsavory figures from his old neighborhood led to his 2002 murder. One evening in the late 1980s, Carlos Thompson showed up at a New York City apartment owned by his cousin, the pioneer DJ Jam Master Jay of Run DMC. The group had a show that night, but when Thompson walked into the apartment, he wasn't greeted by Jay, Joseph Ron Simmons, or Daryl, DMC McDaniels. The men hanging out were strangers to Thompson, and they instantly rubbed him the wrong way. Cool. You could tell they were grifters, said Thompson, who would go on to become a warden at the Rikers Island jail complex is an old word for robbers, okay? But Thompson walked into the bedroom and embraced his cousin, who was born Jason Mizell. They caught up for a bit, Thompson said, and then it was time to head to the club. I never forget it, he said. Jason pulled out an Uzi from a closet. Thompson was stunned and alarmed. "Cuz, we are going to a concert or are we going to war?" he asked. "You never know," Mizell replied, according to Thompson. The exchange proved prophetic. Mizell was shot dead inside his recording studio in Queens in 2002. A killing that stunned the hip-hop world and went unsolved for nearly 2 decades. Okay. Last week, 2 men from Mizell's old neighborhood was convicted in the slaying after a trial that laid bare the difficult predicament he found himself in prior to the murder. With Run DMC's popularity fading, large paydays became more exclusive for Mizell, who was known for showering cash on his family, friends, and even acquaintances from his old haunts in Hollis, Queens. So he leveraged his old contacts from the neighborhood to carry out drug deals, according to courtroom testimony, a decision that ultimately led to his killing. For some of those who had known Mizell the longest, which is me, the convictions were bittersweet. In the days since the trial, they had wondered how differently his life could have played out had he had managed to leave behind the hustlers and hangers-on from his past. "That was my cousin's downfall," said Ryan Doc Thompson, who grew up with Mizell and was among his closest confidants. "It was just too late to wash his hands of these people." Okay. I'm talking about Jam Master Jay. Wendell Fights, a childhood friend of Mizell, better known by his stage name, DJ Hurricane, offered a similar take. Jay was the kind of person who thought he could help anybody, no matter who that person was, he said. Jay always had a big heart, which is why he's not here today, because he surrounded himself with the wrong people. True. Family ties. Mizell grew up on the Friendly Third Street, one of 3 siblings whose mother was a school teacher and father was a social worker. As a kid, Mizell didn't have to go far to visit one of his closest friends, a boy who came to be known as Darren Big D Jordan. He lived directly across the street, Ryan Thompson said. The two went way back. Their mothers were best friends who had attended the same church in Brooklyn. The Mizells moved to Hollis, a middle-class neighborhood at the time, to provide a better environment for their children. Mizell fell in with a group of kids who were burglarizing homes, and he served time in juvenile detention. When he got out, he focused his attention on his turntables and went on to become a founding member of Run DMC crew. But he remained tight with his old neighborhood pals. So after Jordan's son, Carl Little D. Jordan Jr. was born in 1984, it was no surprise that Mizell became like a godfather figure to him. That's how close these two families were growing up, Ryan Thompson said. But that was then. In an almost Shakespearean twist, Jordan Jr. was one of the 2 men convicted in Mizell's murder. The then 18-year-old fired a bullet into Mizell's head from inches away. A witness told the jury in what prosecutors described as an act of revenge for being cut out of lucrative cocaine deals. It was an ambush and execution, Assistant U.S. Attorney Miranda Gonzalez told the jury in her opening remarks, motivated by greed and revenge. True. Jordan had long been implicated in the killing, but his arrest in 2020 still came as a surprise to some of Mizell's relatives. He had looked up to Jay, Ryan Thompson said. Before he got gangster, he was a nice little kid who respected his elders. Prosecutors said in court papers that by the time of his arrest, Jordan, an aspiring rapper, had been selling drugs for several years. Yeah, that's a member of the Jordan family was involved in the murder was especially hard to find him. Some people close to Mizell said because of the links he had gone to help them, the renowned DJ had secured Jordan Jr.'s father a job at Russell Simmons' artist management company in the late 1980s. Jay literally pulled Big D out of the streets, said an industry source who spoke on the condition of anonymity out of fear of retaliation. Mizell had also done favors for the second man convicted in the shooting, Warner Tenor Washington. Prosecutors said Washington was a career criminal who had been in and out of prison for much of his adult life. He served time on drug, gun, and assault convictions. He was a street thug, a tough guy. A former NYPD detective who worked on the case in 2002 said in an interview after Washington's arrest. But Mizell never turned his back on the man. Something was in 2022. In the days before the killing, Washington was sleeping on a couch in Mizell's childhood home, where his sister resided, according to courtroom testimony. A familiar concubine, Run DMC released his sixth album, Down with the King, in 1983. It would be the group's last to break into the top of the pop charts. Run DMC's had blazed a trail for other rappers, bringing a sound, spirit beats, and socially conscious lyrics delivered with bravery, and style of black hats, Adidas jumpsuits, sneakers without laces that made them famous around the world. But in the 1990s, ushered in a sharper edge brand of hip-hop with the likes of Ice-T and Dr. Dre rapping about the grim realities in urban centers and the gangsters' lifestyles. The members of Run DMC faced a concubine familiar to celebrities who attain fame and fortune only to see it slip away later in life. Now what? Mizell launched his own label, JMJ Records, and saw immediate success with one of his first groups, the Aunts. But the company sputtered, and some of the people surrounding Mizell didn't have his best interests at heart, according to family members and industry veterans. That he turned to drugs to make ends meet. Acting as a middleman and occasional cocaine deals was shocking to many who had known him well. It's kind of jaw-dropping to me and terribly said Bill Adler, Run DMC's longtime publicist. He earned a reputation for himself as a very, very generous guy. Cool. When his ability to maintain the reputation began to slip, I think he felt forced to look for other ways to support himself. I did ask him, can I do this? DJ Hurricane said he sees it a bit differently. He thinks that Mizell's drug activities came less out of financial necessity than out of the company he kept. Jay wasn't a drug dealer, that's for sure, Hurricane said. If anything, he knew somebody that needed something, and he knew somebody that had the thing that person needed. It's easy to get involved in something like this, he added. It's just being around the wrong people. Carlos Thompson said that after the Uzi incident, he's still clear of his cousin's Hollis crew because he didn't want to jeopardize his career in New York City's correctional system. But at family functions, Thompson did urge Mizell to take better care of his money, to invest in real estate, or open up a clothing store to capitalize on the Run DMC brand. Thompson made a point to attend the murder trial. Following the guilty verdicts, he said he felt like he could breathe again. But he couldn't stop thinking about Mizell's other family members. Yes, you do. His mother Connie, brother Marvin, and sister Bonita. As the years passed, with no arrest in the murder, they had pleaded for witnesses and anyone else who knew something to come forward. But they never got any justice. One by one, his family members all died in the years before Jordan and Washington was arrested. His mother was the last one that we buried, as Thompson said. At that time, we didn't have any arrests. I try not to think about it, Thompson added, because it breaks my heart. And that's basically the story, okay? So, he said he can talk to y'all more about it, though, okay? So, yes, enjoy.